innovative content, global audience.
And not just Friday, but it is Eid al-Fitr. We are celebrating with our Muslim faithful. You're welcome to the show. This is People on the News, and on this show, of course, this is Nigeria. A lot of people will always be in the news. People will always be in the news, but today we estray somebody that is very close, is youth friendly, is a friend to a lot of people, especially the youths. This person is a husband, a father, a mentor, entrepreneur, an investor, and a philanthropist. A lot of people know him, and is no other than Tony Elumelu. Now, you're welcome to the show. Today, I'm going to be talking about him. This man, Tony Elumelu, how he has been able to impact so much on the youth. Now, not just in Nigeria alone, but we look beyond Nigeria, the whole of Africa. This man is a man a lot of people reckon with. A lot of youth talk so well of him. He has been able to impact in their lives and the lives of people around him. Of course, also, he is the CEO, of course, the chairman of UBA, United Bank of Africa. And we know also that he's an economist. When it comes to anything economy, you will find Tony Elumelu there. Now, let's look at his life as a person. Who is Tony Elumelu? Now, Tony Elumelu, he was born in Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria, on the 22nd of March, 1963, to the family of Susanna and Dominic Elumelu from Oniocha Uku in Anocha North local government area of Delta State. Of course, he had siblings. He grew up with his siblings as well. One of them we all know as the Ndudu Elumelu, who was a member, the minority leader in the Nigerian Federal House of Representatives. And of course, Tony Elumelu is studied at the Bender State University, and now the Abrusali University, obtaining a bachelor's of science. Afterwards, he studied and received a Master of Science degree in economics at the University of Lagos. Now, Tony Elumelu also worked in Nigerian Bank Union as a youth corper during his National Youth Service Corps in 1985. Before starting his career as salesman, Elumelu joined the All-State Trust Bank in 2005, and the United Bank for Africa, UBA, was acquired afterwards. Now, a lot of people know this man. Before I go on doing some of this review, a lot of people, you already know him. I don't want to believe there's any youth in this country or even in Africa that have not heard of. When you call that name, it rings a bell. That is because he's always, I picked on him today just because I decided to estray him today because, of course, he's a friend to the youth, and you know where you are. I'm a youth, and a lot of us here, this station, we represent the youth. And so we decided to pick him today just because he's close to the youth. This is somebody that has always been there for the youth. Now, there is this foundation also he chairs. This foundation is a way of giving grants, small loans, big loans, and to grant to the youths where they can start up some agro businesses, different businesses, just so you become somebody in life. Now, it takes somebody with a very good heart to do something like this. It's not everybody that will just wake up and say, okay, my hard-earned money. We know how people can be when it comes to money. But this is somebody that over the years, he has been able to recognize with the youth, not just, like I said earlier, not just in the country, but of course, outside the country. Now, let's take a look at this clip, and I'll be back shortly, and we'll continue with some of this review. But let's watch this together.
Is second home to me, to UBA Group, and to the Tony Elumelu Foundation. We have a very strong tie and relationship with your country. United Bank for Africa operates here. But more importantly, the Tony Elumelu Foundation is firmly rooted in your great country. In 2019, your president, your amiable president, was personally, fiscally in attendance in Nigeria for the 2019 Tony Elumelu Foundation Forum. Not only did he come, your country sponsored the entrepreneurs who were selected from your country under his leadership. And not only did he do that, his love for your youth and your entrepreneurs continued. In every conversation I've had with the president, is always, what more can we do to support our youth? What more can the Tony Elumelu Foundation do? And this year, his government, through the Minister of Finance, have partnered with the Tony Elumelu Foundation to increase the participation of beneficiaries from the Tony Elumelu Foundation in your country. They are supporting more entrepreneurs with a sum of $600,000 US. Can we clap for the president, please? This is significant. And to us at the Tony Elumelu Foundation, we believe that the future of our continent lies in the hands of our young ones. We support and commend and encourage governments and presidents that have recognized the significant role that our young ones are playing, should play, and have to play in developing our continent. So in appreciation of this gesture by the government, we decided that the 2022 Tony Elumelu Foundation cohort announcement will be done in your great country. And that is why we have uprooted, we have moved all of Tony Elumelu Foundation engine to your country today. Mr. Prime Minister, you tell your great president that we appreciate what your government is doing in prioritizing and supporting your young ones.
All of yours, you're welcome back from that quick break. That clip we've seen him. This is somebody we all know, and we've seen that clip. That shows that this is somebody that is well grounded when it comes to the youths. It's somebody, now, this man is somebody I respect so much. Let's look at the fact that in a country where we have unemployment rate is skyrocketing, we have issues of no job, economic meltdown, and of course we have issues of youth coming. And I have a caller. I'm going to get back on that issue, but before then, hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're live with me on the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Nice Honorade. I'm currently calling from Delta State, Ugele.
All right, how is Delta today?
Delta is fine currently. Everywhere is peaceful and calm.
That's a good one. So, Honest, tell us today. You already know what the topic is. So, we're talking about Elumelu today. He's the one we have on the news. Now, who do you think Tony Elumelu is, and how he has been able to impact it so much on the people, especially the youth?
Okay, Tony Elumelu is a great philanthropist. He's an economist. And the founder of Tony Elumelu Foundation is the CEO, and I think he has impacted so much on the lives of people through his entrepreneurs, his businesses, and employment he gives, the assist he gives. He render helps. I think he's a great person in general. He has done well for himself and society at large.
Okay, and so I just hope that a lot of people also will key into do the things he is doing when it comes to giving out and reaching out to the society. because we live in a country where we don't have the rate of unemployment is high, and people depend so much on white collar jobs. But he has been able to make a lot of youth see beyond just sitting at the office waiting for salary at the end of the month. Hello.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes.
I can hear you, madam.
Go ahead.
That's what he has been doing for the past many years now. He has been helping people, reaching out when you need help. If you can reach out to him, he's going to assist you. He just loves helping. That is his hobby. Like carrying people along, and his businesses always focus. Great philanthropist, known all over the world. Travel places, do his things. He's a nice person. I think if the other people can emulate him and do what he's doing, we'll find this country a better place.
Well, that is yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think from what you just said, that is a good one. I hope others will emulate him and do the things he's doing as well to reach out to people that really need help in the society, just so we have a better society to live in. Well, thank you so much for calling us today. We appreciate your time, Honorade. Do have yourself a lovely day. Yes. Now we've heard from somebody that says a great philanthropist. Giving is his hobby. I love that. We're not saying you should give everything you have, but give from the little you have. And now we've seen that I've been able to go through this man's profile, and I've seen that the way he recognizes with the youth is something that actually captured me in the first place. Now, we live in a society, like I was saying before now, where people rely so much on government. People rely so much on white-collar jobs, especially the youth. People just feel like if I don't get a job, I won't be able to survive. But you can't survive. These are people that have been able to show over the years that you can survive. And I like the business side of this Tony Elumelu. He's making the youth believe that there is nothing you cannot achieve. With the little you have, you can achieve and become great tomorrow. And now let's look at the way he has been able. Let's look at the foundation. He created the foundation, which he is using as a medium to reach out to millions of youth. Not just, we're not talking about, and now the most amazing thing here is not just the fact that he's reaching out to the youth here in Nigeria alone, but across the globe. He goes to every other. The foundations now, if you go to so many African countries, you see the foundation there, been launched there in so many African countries, even beyond. Go to Europe, go to US. And so it's so amazing that you see one single person doing all these wonderful things. And let's not forget also that even though we know a lot of people are like him in the country that could emulate and do things like this, nobody has been able to. And then I have a lot of youth who have even friends over the years that have been applying or have applied for these grants which he gives to people to start. Of course, before he will give you have to go through some screening and all that. You have to apply and you have to tell them. Of course, there are exams also you have to go through. Now, this is how you know somebody that is serious-minded, somebody that can help people to see life from another angle. Now, the youth in this country, don't forget that the majority of the people here in Nigeria, they are all youths. And let's look at the fact that since the government is not able to provide job, and then we have somebody like this that is trying to get to the youth, carrying the youth along, just so if we have 10 of his type, the country would have, of course, been a better place to live in. Now, let's not forget also that Tony he did not graduate from just Nigeria. He went to Harvard Business School. And this is somebody also that is a family man. So how is he combining family with business, with the things he does? These are some of the things we hear. We'll play another clip shortly. We'll hear from him. But before then, now I want to bring in somebody to the show. Now, this is somebody that I've been able, he has applied for this grant before. Now, I want us to hear from this guy. How is the process like, and what this man is doing for millions of Nigerians has been able to impact a lot of people. And of course, he's still impacting a lot of people. Now, when you go to his foundation, let's not forget that we have thousands of people in this foundation. We're not talking about hundreds. Well, we've moved beyond hundreds to thousands of people, millions of people. He's actually known all over the world. Like the caller said, he's known everywhere. And I really do hope as well that others will emulate this man. But before then, I want to show us a clip of him. And then I'll bring in a person I said that the guy applied. I'll bring him and then let's hear from him as well.
I was asked the three most important things I look for in appointing a leader. Well, one is discipline, firmness, and good decision-making ability. It's important to have a leader who is disciplined, very firm, and can make tough decisions. Number two, I look for people who are hardworking, energetic. Leaders actually should be hardworking, energetic, and be intelligent about how they deliver on expectations. And thirdly is a track record of performance. I love people who have demonstrated, who have proven themselves, who earn their shares, and not just people who talk. Because many people talk, it's so easy to talk, but getting things done, the discipline and rigor of execution that leads to performance, measurable outcome, is very, very difficult to find. And that is very critical in my appointment. So those three factors drive my choice of leaders. They've helped.
Second,
I was asked the three most important things I look for in appointing a leader. Well, one is discipline, firmness, and good decision-making ability. It's important to have a leader who is disciplined, very firm, and can make tough decisions. Number two, I look for people who are hardworking, energetic. Leaders actually should be hardworking, energetic, and be intelligent about how they deliver on expectations. And thirdly is a track record of performance. I love people who have demonstrated, who have proven themselves, who earn their shares, and not just people who talk. Because many people talk, it's so easy to talk, but getting things done, the discipline and rigor of execution that leads to performance, measurable outcome, is very, very difficult to find. And that is very critical in my appointment. So those three factors drive my choice of leaders. They've helped me thus far, and they are worthy of emulation. Thank you.
Summit events ahead.
Hello viewers, you're welcome back. We've seen another of his clip, and of course you've seen that the man is a serious minded businessman. Now I have with me here Mr. Benjamin LABAR. How are you, sir? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you're welcome to the show. You're live.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Yes, and today this show. It's about people on the news, but today we are showing Tony Elumelu, is somebody we know that has been able to reckon with a lot of youth and a lot of people over the years. Now, tell us, who do you think this man is?
Okay, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Tony, let me say, TOE, Tony Elumelu is somebody that I've been following for the past 5 years, and he has been doing a lot, not just for Nigeria but for the youth in Africa.
Okay.
He is a philanthropist. He has a foundation which we call Tech Connect, and the foundation is all about helping African entrepreneurs. Okay,
what does that mean? Like, explain.
Not just helping, but he's out there to do what? He's out there to train, to mentor, and to give grants to those that are into businesses.
Okay.
To help you to grow, to invest, and also to contribute to the development of Africa. So he is a great man. He is a good man. And he has been doing a lot for this country and for the African country, the continent as a whole.
Okay, so when we talk about this grant he's giving to the youth, because like I said on my show now that I am more concerned, I find interest in the things that have to do with the youths. Now, let's tell us more about the grant.
Okay, like the grant, it has a foundation which is Self Connect.
Okay.
For you to access these grants, you have to apply. And not just for you having a business, you have to apply, you have to undergo a training. Because to him, for you to excel, for you to succeed as an entrepreneur, the first thing is not just all about the money, but you have to undergo a training.
You have to know the knowledge, the pros and the cons of the business world. I understand.
And this is what is offered through coaching and mentoring. He will mentor you, you'll be coached, you'll be trained.
Okay.
On how to go about this thing. Before that fund will be given to you.
Okay.
So first and foremost, you have to apply. After the application is online, after the application, then there's a kind of screening because you will be screened. So from the selected individuals, if you are selected, if you are lucky and you are selected, you undergo a training. And the training lasts for 12 months.
That is one whole year.
No, for 2 weeks, sorry, 12 weeks.
Okay.
For 12 weeks.
Okay.
The training, you undergo
that is 3 months, if I'm correct. Okay.
12 weeks. It's just to build you, to make you, to teach you everything about this, and that when these funds are being given to you, you'll be able to utilize it well. And it's all about job creation, you understand? And for you coming there, you must have a business. And this business must be a business that will contribute to the development of
growth of the nation. Okay, so I see that this grant is basically for just people with business. Now, no matter how little your business is, right?
Yeah, it's just for you. That's for business ideas. You're not just, even though you don't have existing business, just for business.
If you have the idea, oh, that is interesting and that is wonderful.
So far, if you have an idea, you table the idea. That's how we in the training. You have what they call business pitching. You have to pitch your idea. If it's an idea, you pitch your idea because the platform is given to you to pitch your business idea.
Okay.
So if there are companies that they can give you money to do the business, then the money will be given to you. It's not just about existing business, but any idea that you have that is scalable.
Okay.
So those are the things that they look at.
Well, that is quite interesting. That is interesting, and I know a lot of youth will want to take advantage or have been taking advantage of this opportunity. Have you applied before?
Yeah, I'm one of the finalists last year. I did apply.
Oh.
We did everything, but I don't know why I was not selected for the seat capital. But I know I have learned a lot, and what I learned from this foundation, it will help me to build my own business to the level where he is today.
Wow.
It's all about determination, because when you are on the program, you are not just there for the fund, but you are going to learn the business values of this man.
Wow, that is quite interesting to know.
Your business life and everything you are doing, not just business, but in every aspect of your life.
Yes, I'm also wondering now. Just imagine we have the likes of Tony Elumelu, like 20 of those in the country. That 20 of them would have been make the country a better place. We do hope that others also will emulate this man, because from all what you've said, that means he has done extremely well and is still doing well.
The man is a good man and he has been doing a lot. I know we have many people, we have a lot of people in this country that let me say, maybe they have money, they have money more than he understands, but they are not ready to do what he is doing. So if you have 10 of them that can be doing this, I think this country will be a better country. Not just within Nigeria, but the whole Africa will be a better place to live.
I agree with you on that. If we have 10 of his type in the country indeed will be a better place. Well, thank you so much for your views on about Tony Elumelu this afternoon while you are at the stay safe, Mr. Benjamin. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now we've heard from Mr. Benjamin, and this is another person that just called to attest to what the man is doing. And it's really amazing to see people are testifying to what he has been doing. Now, I want to estray him today. I choose to estray him today just for the fact that this is somebody that has seen that he is as if he saw into the future. Because there is no way that, the foundation, like I said, has numbered thousands of people, millions of people, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa and, of course, the globe. And now he has been able to impact not just people with small business. So I thought before now that you have to have your business before you can apply. But now, even with the idea, without no cover with you, without no one, you can as well apply and then you get a grant. I really do hope as well that people do not take advantage of this man. Now, let's not forget also that this man, like I was saying before that call came in, that he went also to the business school of Harvard, USA. And of course, he also went further to study at the International Institute of Management Development, IMDs, in Switzerland. And of course, he proceeded to Singapore Institute of Management. Elumelu also has a lot of certificates here and there when it comes to business. So let's say he is well grounded in the business world. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? With such a person with so much ideas, so much experience and knowledge when it comes to business, of course he will do well. And that is why he is mentoring a lot of people. And now he has been trained for this. And I want to wonder, maybe that's why he is actually, because the Mr. Benjamin, I know that he applied also for this grant, and he went through a thorough process. In fact, the process was tough. Now, not just coming to get the money, but also coming to go through a process of he wants you to know, he used to tell Nigerians, the youth, that it's not necessarily about getting the money. Can you even manage the money? Now, this is somebody that has become a mentor to many when it comes to business, when it comes to the youth, and when it comes to the society. This is somebody, he's not just giving out money, but he used to mentor people on how to use the money and remain in business, not just starting a business or not starting and later you fall out of the business. But at the end of the day, you do well and you begin to grow to a level where you can now assist or help others as well. Now, when we talk about Tony Elumelu, before he came into limelight, he took over a floundering Lagos-based commercial bank alongside some other investors in 1997. He worked hard to make a Standard Trust Bank a top player within few years, and also helped to secure one of the biggest mergers at the time with UBA in 2005. With the merger, the investment became profitable. You see, so because he has a lot of experience, he has, of course, knowledge as well, he now became successful in the banking industry. And of course, Mr. Elumelu was appointed among several leaders in the industry, that is the banking industry. And he also, he was appointed in the industry, and he also held several positions in several establishments. He also chaired in several boards. So these are some of where he has shared, and of course, being board of directors. The first African member of the United States Agency of International Development. That is one. And two, he was also given a position in the Nigerian Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to serve as a senior advisor. That is one, and this is 2012. And then we also have another one here. Tony serves to co-chair the Aspen Institute Dialogue Series on Global Food Security. As well, we'll have another one here. He also served as at the initiative of the federal government and the Presidential Jobs Board. Mr. Elumelu shared as well as the ministerial committee to establish world-class hospital and diagnostic centers across Nigeria. Elumelu was one of the co-chairs of the 26th World Economic Forum on Africa held in Kigali, Rwanda from 11 to 13 May 2016. Tony Elumelu founded Heirs Holding in 2010 after stepping down as UBA Group's managing director. And then he's holding in 2010 after stepping down. Now, after stepping down as UBA Group's managing director in 2010, Lumelu founded his own company, Heirs Holdings. Heirs Holding is a company that invests in financial services, energy, real estate, hospitality, and the healthcare sector, and the agro business as well. And it is a family-owned. It is a family-owned investment company that is interested in improving lives. And that is why we can see that he's always reaching out to people, touching lives, and of course, especially, like I always say, the youth and even the vulnerables. He reach out to everybody, and we can see from some of his business objectives here. And then also the company operates in over 20 countries in the world. That, now, if you ask me, that is quite huge. It's huge and it's big. The company is stated here that operates in over 20 countries of the world. You know what that is? And no wonder he's been able to reach out to a lot of people, a lot of country, and a lot of youth as well. Now, in 2011, the Heirs Holdings procure a controlling interest in Transitional Corporation of Nigeria PLC, Trascom. Now, Trascom is a Nigerian conglomerate that holds investments in agriculture, hotels, and the power sector. He owns 22.2% shares at Trascom, and of course, which was valued at 30.7 billion in 2013. Now, that is much if you ask me. Today, Heirs Holdings has investments in several sectors, including the real estate, the financial services, the oil and gas, healthcare, insurance, and hospitality. And let's not forget also here that in 2021, the company that is Heirs Holdings now completed the acquisition of 45% operating permits called oil mining lease 17 from Chair Petroleum Development Corporation, and total in a deal valued at $1 billion. Now, that is huge if you ask me. And then for marriage, let's go from business. We know that he has done so much. He has done very well when it comes to a business, when it comes to managing a lot of companies. And then we can only see that somebody such as Tony, of course, that is able to manage not just one business, not two. He has excelled so much in different sectors and different companies. Of course, we know that he will be able to manage his family. Tony Elumelu, when it comes to marriage, for marriage, he has lasted for 30 years and is still counting. Now, I love that. He's not just rich, he's not just doing well selling in business, but also excelling in marriage. Now, he has been married for 30 years and is still counting. Tony Elumelu and his wife are proud parents to 7 children. Wow, this is so interesting and beautiful. I know you're wondering as well, including 5 girls and 2 boys. The couple has a set of triplets, girls. Wow, this is really interesting. I love. And a set of twins, boys. Oh, I really love this family already. And then, although nothing much is known about the children, you know how it is, these people, they just somehow, I believe the children are also doing well. And also, we know that as a father, Tony loves his children. You could see from his picture, you could see from the family gathering most time during celebrations, we see all that, we follow him, and we know he's doing well with the family. And then the most beautiful thing about this family is that the way they do things together. Sometimes this business submit the forums, he's always attending with the wife, and that is such a beautiful thing. And then we know also that not just family, not just business, but Tony is a good man. When it comes to, now, it's not about being rich, if you ask me as a person. When I estray people, we know that people in the news, he will always be in the news. But I look beyond that today. This man is a good man. Like the caller said, that he's somebody that giving is his hobby. Now, it only takes somebody with a good heart to give. And Tony also has a fun part. We know that he's somebody that goes out, is into gym, and most time he tells people not just making the money, not just getting the money, but how to manage the money. And also, he's somebody we know that when it comes to style, he has the style. He has the style. Is good looking. He has the style. He knows what is best for him, what fits him, and of course he goes for it. And I'm going to show us another clip of Tony now, and I want us to see this clip, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Let's see this together.
My friends often ask me, Tony, how do you cope? You are everywhere. You run many businesses, yet you manage to balance things. And I say to them, the secret is surrounding yourself as a leader with great people and having good processes and policies that make the business run as if you were there. Because we can't always be here forever and we must be to last. So guys, let's build processes and organizations and surround ourselves with great minds to help us run businesses. So to young African entrepreneurs, embrace this and you go far. Have a lovely day. I was asked the three most important things I look for. My friends often ask me, Tony, how do you cope? You are everywhere. You run many businesses, yet you manage to balance things. And I say to them, the secret is surrounding yourself as a leader with great people and having good processes and policies that make the business run as if you were there. Because we can't always be here forever and we must be to last. So guys, let's build processes and organizations and surround ourselves with great minds to help us run businesses. So to young African entrepreneurs, embrace this and you go far. Have a lovely day.
Hello, you're welcome back again. We've seen one of his clips and we've seen that the man always has something to say and something important, and of course something with something knowledgeable, not just saying, but he has a lot of impactful things to say to us, the youth. And also, let me talk about the wife. I think I love the wife, if you ask me. Somebody that's been able to be with the husband, they've been able to build not just the businesses, not just the wealth, but of course the family. And that is something. Now, the wife is a Nigerian, a medical doctor born in 1964 and is currently 55 years old. She is a graduate of medicine and surgery from the University of Benin in Edo State. We all know that Tony is from Delta State, and then the wife is from she graduated from Benin, and they've been together for years now. Let's also look at the fact that Tony Elumelu has been given so many awards over the years. Of course, the one that people will always appreciate good thing, and that is why we're here today celebrating him and we appreciate him as well. He has been listed among the 100 most influential Africa in business by the New Africa magazine in 2012. Now, that is something very good if you ask me, because we know that to become a businessman is not easy, let alone remaining in that space. It's something that will take a lot of hard work, a lot of pressure, a lot of tears, a lot of suffering, and of course laughter at the end. And if you ask me, that award was well deserved. And then we also have that he has been named among the 100 most influential people in the world by Time in 2020. If you ask me, that is right, because a lot of, like we said, the majority of the people are youth, and he has been able to identify with the youth. And of course, he's known, like one of the callers said, there's nobody who does not know Tony Elumelu. He's known, and not just known, but known for good deeds, and that is the catch for me. And then we also have another one here that on 2 occasions, Mr. Elumelu had been listed among the top 10 richest Black people in the world and the wealthiest people in Nigeria. We know that he's doing well, and no, it's no longer news that he should be among the top 10 here in the country or in Africa, because he deserves that title or honor. And in addition to his achievements and awards, the Nigeria bigot has luxurious jets. He has comfortably acquired in 2015. Elumelu's fluxing 7 times is not just a means of transportation, but also a place where the businessman worked during travels, as he's often seen studying and penning with pen and paper on the plane. That is because he's a businessman. You know, business people, if you don't write, you will make mistake. You have to be sure. No matter how big your attorney has been able to show to people that are just starting, business people, that no matter how little you are, no matter how small your business is, you have to be serious minded. Now, this is somebody that is the wealthiest among. When they count people in Nigeria, they certainly count him among the 10. And then let's come to Africa and the world. Among 100 people, he's influential, he's rich, he's wealthy. But then he's been able to stay on track. Now, that is the catch for me again. You don't have to say, okay, today I'm what to do, I'm okay now, oh, I've arrived. No, you have to follow suit what this man is doing. This man is still telling us that no matter what, no matter whom you are, you should be able to stick to the goal. And the goal is, no matter how rich you are, you still put your eyes down, put the pens on the paper, those calculations, how did this happen? That is how you do your plus and minus, and you're able to get the needed result in every business, if you ask me. And of course, when we talk about he is also known to be the first African to receive the D Global Entrepreneurship Award. Now, that is a huge one if you ask me. This man is a big-time entrepreneur, is a big-time businessman and economist. And of course, when we talk about recognitions, in 2023, Tony Elumelu was granted the title of member of the Order of the Federal Republic, MFR, by the federal government of Nigeria. Now, it will only take somebody that has done a lot to get this. We all know this is Nigeria. And of course, national honor. He has also received the national honor of Commander of the Order of Niger, CON, in 2012. And of course, in 2009, the late Nigerian President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua asked him to serve on the Presidential Committee on the Global Financial Crisis. And then also, Africa's 20 Most Powerful People by Forbes magazine in 2012. Wow, this is so much, a lot. And we estray him today just for you to know that you can. If Tony can, you can. If Tony can get all this, you can, but it takes the determination, it takes the focus, as we can see that he's somebody that now, no matter the money he's having, no matter the wealth, he has been able to stay on track. And this is what we say to everybody: stay on track. No matter what, you have to stay on track. You have to stay on track. You have to just do what you're supposed to do. And now that is why you see that he's mentoring a lot. Like Benjamin called, he has applied for some of these grants. When we talk about his foundation, now the foundation is something that we know that is taking beyond Nigeria to Africa, to the globe. But you know that people also could be dubious, and just for this reason, the man has been able to, we live in a digital world. The way the platform has been created for people to go through the process, like I said, the trainings, so that you are able to know that at the end of the day, not just getting the money, but staying focused and not being carried away. You know, people could just see money, maybe 5 million, 10 million, and they feel like they've arrived. Well, I'm the big boy, I'm the big girl. But he's training these people, mentoring these people to know that beyond this money, there is a whole lot ahead. And so if I can, you can. Now, it's just, I still have another award here. Let's not forget that he was also in 2018 and 2019, he was awarded the All African Business Leader Award, AABLA Philanthropist of the Year Award. That is because he has been given. He gives so much. He gives from the ones they have. He's not saying, oh, I'm rich, and so this is for me and my family alone. And that tells you the beautiful family he is having. because they are all comfortable with this, and he gives a lot. And then Bayero University, Kano, BUK, honorary Doctor of Business degree in 2019, and he was also honored with the National Productivity Order of Merit Award in 2019. On 11th of October 2022, that was just last year, Elumelu received the National Honor of Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Tony has indeed touched so many lives. We cannot but agree on that he has over the years touched a lot of people. He has touched a lot of lives. He has reached out to a lot of people. And we know that he's a good man, like I said. And then I'm just going to read a little bit of his history, and then we'll wrap up for today. And we know that he heads from Delta State. He grew up with a four sibling, whom one of them, we all know him, the Indudenilu, of course, of the minority leader in the Nigerian Federal House of Representatives. He studied economics, and from there he studied at Busani University, then Bendel State University, where he got studied economics. And then from there he went to Lagos University to further. He got economics there as well. And then he has been able to go across to business schools and all that across the country. He has been able to acquire so much, which has helped him also to build this legacy we're seeing today. So if you ask me, looking at the life of Tony, now nothing good comes easy. If you ask me, you have to start from somewhere, and you have to be consistent. You have to know what you want, and then you go for it. Now, don't forget also that a lot of people might want to discourage you. A lot of people might want to say, oh, you cannot do this. But look at him today. Look at Tony today. Now, following his retirement some years ago from the United Bank of Africa in 2010. Okay, I have a caller here on the show. I'm going to put him through, and then we'll wrap up the show for today. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. You're live on the show with me. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is EJIKE. I'm calling from ASOKORO. Yakubu Christian.
EJIKE, how are you doing this afternoon? And how is ASOKORO this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm good and we're fine over here. I'm Barikade Salam.
Barikade Salam to you too. So we are extraying Tony Elumelu today on the show.
Okay, Tony Elumelu. Okay, I think I know him and I know some little things about him.
Okay, tell us.
Okay, I think Tony Elumelu is one of the African leading investor and philanthropist. He's the chairman and CEO of UBA, that's United Bank of Africa. And he's also the founder of Tony Elumelu Foundation, which I think is doing a very great job, empowering entrepreneurs, giving them a grant to start up their business. And I think he also have the largest share in Transcorp Hilton and also Transcorp Power. So I think he's one of the top guys, the top billionaires we have in Nigeria, and he's doing extremely well because of his philanthropies.
Yes, if you ask me, I think I like the man for the fact that he's carrying the youth along. He has been able to identify with a lot of youths, not just in Nigeria, but across Africa and of course the globe. The fact that the foundation goes beyond Nigeria, beyond Africa, reaching out to the youth, to people with business mind and idea, it's something to reckon with. And we do hope as well that other others of his caliber will emulate him, because I feel like if we have like 10 or 20 of him in the country might just be a better place for everybody to live in.
Yeah, I think because I've been following them for like a year or two now.
Okay.
The truth is that, let's say people like Dangote, Otodola, Rabiu, the one that owns the buildment.
Yes.
I think if they have such initiative, I think we'll have a better economy. I mean, we grow more entrepreneurs.
And don't forget also that we live in a country where a lot of youth rely on government solely for jobs. They rely on the white-collar job. And with these initiatives like this, I think it's really taking a lot of stress out of the government's shoulder. And of course, making people to know that you are able. If you can as well. So I think it's a good one, if you ask me.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you really check every year in our tertiary institutions, we have more than 2 to 3 million graduates. And the truth is, like the president said last year, that the government cannot afford to provide jobs
for everybody. That is correct. That is.
And there's no any enabling environment for them to really showcase what they have. So I think what he's doing, that's the Tony Elumelu Foundation, they're really doing a great job. If even other rich men, that's other billionaires we have in the country, can actually adopt to what he's doing. Because there's something I come across the other day. I was discussing with a friend, about this BU, that's the Bureau.
Yes.
He also owns an NGO. But I think at times some of the kind of work they do is they empower some government institute. And any money you pass through the government,
that will be the end of the money. That will be the end of that money. We know.
Any method is the best because
yes, you have to. I actually had somebody that applied for his grant, and I had the person on the show. He called earlier, and he took us through the process of getting the grants. You have to go through a lot of training. It's not basically getting the money, but of course, it's about knowing how to make use of this money moving forward, not being carried away that, I've arrived, but being able to invest and at the end of the day become somebody as well to other people.
Yeah, because the reason why I said that is there's an initiative that the President Muhammadu Buhari introduced about the Empower, and if you really check the way they do those things, then they were just selecting people, even people that are not qualified. They don't follow merit and all that. So I think they need to really emulate what Tony is doing, because the truth is I've gone through all they are doing. You apply, if you qualify, they invite you for the screening and you present your business plan. And you showcase what you're doing, and if you're good enough, you get the grant. And the grant is $5,000, which I think is a very good.
It's a very reasonable amount for you to start up any business of your choice.
Exactly. I think it's a good one. I think even the federal government should kind of emulate him, come up with something like that. Because like the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, there's a time they came up with something like the Empower. If you really check, it's like a fraud. There's a lot of fraud.
A lot of loopholes here and there.
For that grant, they don't used to get it. So, and it's not actually working. So what Tony is doing, it's not just a Nigerian thing. I think it's the whole African nation. So
we applaud him and we say kudos, well done to him. Well, thank you for being part of the show also, Mr. EJIKE, this afternoon. We appreciate your time. Thank you, and do have yourself a lovely weekend.
Thank you very much, Madam Kessiana. Thank you.
Wow, so we've been extracting Tony Elumelu, and of course we've had a lot of callers, a lot of views about him. A lot of people have been applauding him. Now we just really do hope that a lot of Nigerians also that are of his caliber will emulate him, and of course so as to make the country a better place for people to live in. I will be wrapping up the show here this afternoon. It's been so wonderful doing this. We look today. This is, of course, people on the news. And today we've been able to estray no other but Tony Elumelu, the good work. Of course, we know that he's a father, husband, a philanthropist, and of course, he's an economist as well. He has been able over the years to acquire so much for himself, and he is still doing more even as of today. Now, I'll leave you with this word that if Tony can, you can. But what you have to do is to be persistent. What you have to do, of course, you have to stay on track. Now, don't get carried away. I love the fact that you have to go through some kind of processes, some kind of training to get the grant. And we know that grant is quite much, and it's something that every reasonable person can use to become somebody tomorrow. Now we just hope, like I said, that a lot of people will emulate this man. He's somebody that is stylish. I didn't even talk about his style. He's so stylish. He looks good. The shoes, the clothes, the outfits, they are always on point. Now we do hope that we'll have more of him in the country. Until I see you again next week, same time, same station. This is People on the News with Princess KESSY. Do have yourself a very beautiful weekend, and of course, happy Salah to Muslims faithful out there as you celebrate. Bye for now.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts,